Awesome. Okay. So first of all, I want y'all to know that there are 4 goals on this call. Number 1, we're going to teach you how to be a power affiliate so that you're able to make profits telling other people about the Poplinks launch. And yes, I'm going to prove it to you. All you're going to do is tell other people. There's nothing for you to sell. And we're going to help you understand how all of this will work with Poplinks so that you know why this is hands down the best solution to handle your marketing requirements. And frankly, all of our promotions, everything we do, this was a dream solution for us. Okay? Next, I want to reassure you that the cookies you built up the first time, if you were here returning with us and you went through and you made videos and you learned about cookies and you went out there and built them up, I got great news for you. You are going to be able to use those cookies. It was not a wasted effort. I'm going to show you how we're going to tap into that. And we're going to show you how you're not only going to make sales with this exciting launch, but you're also going to use a launch to build a list of buyers. These are buyers that you keep, that you can mail each and every day if you choose to, and the products that you sell, you keep 100% commission, something we've never, ever been able to offer before. Anytime we tried to do something like this, you always built our list. We did the follow-up. Well, now you're going to be building your list, okay? Now, I want you to know there is no pitch today. There's nothing for you to buy at all. And yet, I can promise you, it's probably going to be one of the most valuable opportunities that you've ever seen. Now, it doesn't really matter what your experience is, if you are a veteran in the business or if you're a newbie, there are 2 necessary evils you have to succeed in this business. Number 1, you have to create links. Type in the chat here, let me know if you would agree with these statements. And number 2, you have to create pages. Let's get down to the very bare basics. We have to have links and we have to have pages. And sometimes this is a process that's been made to be more complicated than it actually should be. And you see, that's why we created Poplinks. And you're going to be able to set up a landing page. I'm going to show you in this presentation in about 45 seconds. Seriously, that's how long it's going to take you, okay? And we are going to treat you like an affiliate. You're about to receive access to our beta program, okay? Whenever we have affiliates, Simon brings in affiliates and Chris brings in affiliates, and the first thing they want to know is, can I take a look at the software? I want to make sure that the software is high quality. I want to make sure that the tech's good. I want to make sure that everything's working with it. And I want to make sure that there's a great angle for me to go out there as an affiliate and be able to sell this software. Well, I'm here to tell you, Poplinks is going to produce designs in 45 seconds that y'all have never seen before, right? And what you see here on the screen, these are little snapshots of these actual designs, okay? Now, I'm going to share a little bit of a story with you so that you understand how this all came about. But first, let me prove it. Now, I want you all to type in the chat, how many of you are excited to create these 2.0 designs that you see here on the screen? Type in the chat so I can grab a screenshot here. This one here on the screen, folks, 45 seconds. And look at this here. If you know anything about page speed, we're going to talk about that here in a minute, you can see that this page score right here is an A, 99% performance, 93% structure, and don't worry about it. We're working to get this up as well. But most people are already flipping out seeing these scores. Or how about this bridge page here? Notice there's no form. There's now a button, which means, yes, you can do a 2-step pop-up, right? A, 98% on the performance, 92% on the structure. By the way, look at these beautiful Web 2.0 properties. These are called patterns. You're going to notice patterns. You're going to notice gradients. How many of you can actually build a page like you see here on the screen with your current software? My guess is probably not most, because what's going to happen is most people are going to do this inside of Photoshop, and then they're going to attach the image, okay? Well, these are not images that you see here, folks. Now look at this one here. A, 95% performance, 90% structure. We actually have the links where you can look at these scores yourself, but look at the patterns, look at the gradients in the button. Again, folks, A score, 97% performance, 89% structure. How many of you are loving these pages? Look at this here. 45 seconds, folks. Here's another A, 95% performance, 91% structure. And then this is one of my highest converting pages that we have. We're running it out there right here in the Las Vegas area. This is for our Summerlin group. I don't know if it's the exact page. This is a screenshot I captured very early on. It's where we brought in an image. We applied an overlay. You're going to freak out when you see what you can do with overlays. But notice the gradient text. You can do the gradient button, gradient backgrounds, A score, 95% performance, 90% structure. Now, how many of you would actually go out there and use this tool each and every day? Type in the chat here. I'm going to go ahead and grab a screenshot. And I'm going to show you what we're seeing over here on the comments. And Perry, Chris, if y'all have any feedback on this whatsoever, you can see that everybody is loving it. They're beautiful. Yes, yes, loving these pages. Excellent, super simple design. Wow, these are splendid. Loving the colors. Yeah, I'm telling you, folks, you will not see this anywhere else. And to be able to bring this to you has been a huge mystery to us. There's a lot of things that we had to figure out. Right? Did you have anything to add on that, Perry?
I don't really, other than, I think that I just hope people understand that, I wrote down some notes I'll talk about later. I just wrote down local landers. I don't think people have any idea how voodoo magic this is to most people. If you're in this space and you've been around a while, you may know how to build landing pages. I'm sure you can't build them this fast. The speed is crazy. And if you're buying traffic or buying media to your pages right now, if you have slow loading pages, you're paying 3 times more for traffic than people who have fast loading pages. So that's number one. Number two, being able to build these things so quickly, this is the perfect way, in my opinion, to show value to somebody. Imagine that you wanted to meet a new client. And rather than sending them a business card or just stopping by to say hello, what if you spent a minute and you built them a really beautiful landing page for their business and just came by and said, hey, I did this for you, or send it to them in Facebook, say, hey, notice your landing page was loading slow. I built you a new one. Here it is. You're welcome. Can you imagine just that use, if nothing else, just that use of the software, how much value it would have to you in building relationships and giving people, I like to give people results in advance. When I'm hopefully going to exchange money for my time or something that I'm offering, I always want to try to give people a value in advance. This software allows me to do that in a matter of 2 or 3 minutes of my time, giving somebody a potential client or potential relationship something very valuable to them. So I'll talk later about other ways that maybe you can use the software and use cases, because I'm dumb when it comes to software. Chad knows that, but I'm pretty good at coming up with use cases and ways to utilize it. So I think you've done a great job, Chad. I think you've done a really great job. I hope people see the value.
Awesome. And Chris, I know that these pages here are right up your alley because you were one of the ones that created the whole entire solo ad business years ago, and these are the exact pages that you went out there and pretty much built your whole entire business on, from what I remember. Simple little landing pages like this. You didn't have the gradients and the buttons and everything. That's kind of new. But these little pages made you a lot of money, right?
Yeah, it's crazy how much, things have stayed the same. Yeah, tons of technology has changed, and obviously mine were nowhere near that beautiful. It was not technology was not there those days. But yes, the simple, straightforward page made me lots and lots of money.
Awesome. So we can see on the camera too, Perry. I don't know if you meant to do that or not. Okay. Okay, that could have been worse, though. Okay, so here's the big question. Why did we create this tool? Well, number one, we needed the solution ourselves. Most of the software that we create, and like Perry mentioned before, we have a lot of software rolling out that is a solution in our own business, okay? That's the most important thing. So you actually see us using our own software. Number two, it's actually an entire suite for affiliate marketing. We didn't know this when we started it. I'm going to talk about the direction that we're going with it and everything that we're going to be doing. I think it's going to absolutely blow your mind. And then number three, and this is probably, I'm not going to speak for anybody else on this call, but I don't think it's fair that you have to buy a funnel builder to set up one simple landing page. Is there anybody here that can feel that pain. And I'm not here to bag on anybody. I'm not bagging on funnels. Funnels are definitely an important part of the business if you're at that level. But I see so many people going and having to spend a lot of money for a funnel builder just to go set up landing pages. Can I get an amen? Let's get an amen here on this call. This was like my biggest driver. Like I kept seeing that. I'm like, this is crazy. Like all they want to do is set up one page and they got to go buy a funnel builder for that. And those things aren't cheap, right? Now the solution that's available today, they're too complicated. They're too time consuming. I'm sure you would agree with that. And the solutions today don't understand mobile traffic, folks. I'm going to blow your mind with this, okay? And I'm still looking for the amens. They're still coming in. They're still coming in. They're still coming in. I want everybody to type amen here. Let me show you that screenshot real quick. Here it is right here. Everybody is amening that right there, right? There we go. There's all your amens right there on the screen, okay? But here's the thing. 53% of people that are on mobile, folks, did you know that they will leave your pages if the page does not load in 3 seconds or less? How many of you knew that? That is a proven statistic. You can go and Google it right after this call, and you will find that if the page does not load in 3 seconds or less, they're gone. 53% of people, some of you needed to have that wake-up call today, right? Because yes, you are losing 53% of your traffic right now. I promise you, whatever you're using, we've gone through and we have tested this over and over and over and over and over, okay? So that's the reason why we created this tool. Now, the big epiphany, and this one right here blew my mind. We kind of discovered this accidentally, okay? We were out there creating simple little landing pages like this, not funnels, just landing pages to go out there and sell a simple $7 product or do a webinar or do a live feed, a simple landing page. Okay, I don't need a funnel builder to build this, okay? And then we went out there and we started doing our audio products. I went and did the audio product with Perry. Look at this here, simple landing page, okay? But then I discovered something that was pretty incredible. And it blew my mind. If you look at these pages, if we break them down, folks, and Perry he is the very best to teach you how to create this right here. There's a formula. We're not going to do that today on the call, but we will have a training with him where he teaches you how to do this. Is there anybody that would love to have that training? Type in the chat, let me know. Just say, yes, would love to have the headline training. Yes, yes, yes. So I can grab a screenshot of that. And that way I can kind of twist Perry's arm a little bit. But look at this. There's always a 3-part headline. There's a button. And then look, there's an image or video. And then there's bullets. See here, look, 3-part headline, image or video, bullets, and then there's a button below. Look at this here, folks. How many of you are starting to have some light bulb moments right now? If you look at this, if you look at the whole page as a whole, it can be a little overwhelming. You might have a hard time creating that. But if we start with a 3-part headline, and we know there's a button below there, we put a video over here, we put 4 or 5 bullets right there, we put another button, how many of you could do this? And you see, this is when it all of a sudden occurred to me. And I realized all the solo ads out there, when you have cold traffic, people that don't know you, what do you have? 3-part headline and a button, 3-part headline and a button, 3-part headline and a button. But guess what, folks? This right here, I was just floored when I saw this. If we add that video or that image combined with the bullets, guess what these are? How many of you recognize some of the people here on the screen? And these are slides right out of our workshop, okay? But how many of you recognize people here on the screen? These are $1 million campaigns here, folks. And look at the formula. 3-part headline, video, image, bullets, button. That's it. That's it right here. We don't have to get into funnels or anything else. If you learn how to create the headline and you identified the bullets, you learn how to create high converting bullets, how many of you could do this? Again, break it down, right? So this is what I discovered. We're only using 2 pages in our entire business, and we're overpaying for a funnel builder software. And Perry said, you know what? We got to do something about this. Let's take care of this problem. So guess what we did, folks? And there was a learning curve here that nobody else has figured out. The same technology used by Uber, NASA, Lyft, and even PayPal is inside of this software. And I'm also going to tell you that the way we built this software, we were completely thinking out of the box. It's different than anything else. When people go out there and they build funnel builders and page builders, how many of you would agree that everybody does the same thing over and over and over and over and over, right? You always start with a blank canvas, or you have some very basic templates, and then it's up to you to go through this huge learning curve. There's no way that you're going to create a landing page in 45 seconds. And I'm here to tell you, folks, I don't particularly enjoy this business. I don't like setting up links, and I don't like setting up landing pages. That's the honest to God truth. So for me to actually have to spend 45 seconds is a little bit of a push today. Even that's too long for me, right? But we have it taken care of, okay? Now, we had one goal. Understand that with this software, folks, we're looking out for you. One goal, to make it easy and profitable for you, because it is not your fault that you could not set up those pages before. It's not your fault that you couldn't go out there and build a list, and it's not your fault that you could not be a power affiliate, okay? Things just weren't built to where you could succeed, and that was the number one thing that we wanted to focus on. So those two necessary evils, folks, being able to create links, boom, handled. We wanted to have that in the same system that you were able to create pages. And I'll tell you why I let the cat out of the bag here in a minute, okay? But
hey,
when we create,
can I
yes, sir.
Add something here really quick?
Please.
Something
please.
and you may address it later, but I wanted to make sure that people didn't skip it. Going back to the pages that you had up before that are those pages, the way we got that data is by skimming more than 25,000 top performing offers of people who are buying advertising. So the people, I don't pay a lot of attention to the people who in the market who are just putting out offers. I pay a lot of attention to the people who are putting out offers and are buying advertising to those offers, because I know I spend up to $500,000 a month in ads. So if I'm buying ads, my stuff has to work, right? And if you look at those formulas that you've created, they are the exact replica formulas to the top performing ads in the market today. And more importantly, if you're thinking, well, that's great, but I don't really have a product to sell, it's kind of even better. Because if you can build these first two pages, you can send people beyond that on to whoever the promoter is as an affiliate and let them do all the selling. So in other words, you could choose a product that I sell or Chad sells or anyone sells that pays a good affiliate commission and is of good service to your audience. Come into the software, build these two pages in a matter of a couple of minutes and post, and then drive people to there. And Chad will show you how to get people to those pages too. But get people to go to those pages, and once they went through your lead magnet pages and you have them as a lead to follow up with, and now they're in your world, you can send them on to the page of the person promoting the product, and they do all the selling, and you get at least half, if not more than that of the money. Because some of these affiliate products now pay 75%, some of them pay 100% of the initial sale. So I just want to make sure, I didn't know if you were going to cover that later or not, but I want to make sure we didn't miss that. So people are thinking, well, this is awesome, but I don't quite have a thing to sell yet. It's irrelevant, and it's actually, in a way, almost better to not have something to sell. Because if you think about it, you could set over a weekend and build 20, 30 pages that go to 20 or 30 different offers, and build yourself a stable of places to send people to, versus concentrating on a singular offer that may or may not sell. That's just my 2 cents worth there. Sorry to interrupt you.
That's great. And just so you know, like he's being real with you when he says we monitor every single page that hits the news feed, that hits YouTube. Folks, we're right on top of it. We're automatically grabbing every single page. So we're always studying the trends, and we always know what works, right? So yeah, very valuable point. And we're about to get in the opportunity. I just know that most people were really excited to hear about the software, right? So awesome.